Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, everyone. Welcome to another fabulous Cosmic Cuppa with Jude, and tonight I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine, David Willock. How are you, David?
I'm good, thanks, Jude. Yes, good. And good evening, everybody, or good afternoon, whatever. Yeah.
So David is an amazing guy, and I'll read his bio very, very shortly. What you may like to have ready, because I call him our pendulum man. If you would like, good, I see Talina's got one there. I've got mine here, all ready to go. I've got a copper one. So good on you, Leaf. So if you'd like to get a pendulum, and David also suggests a little bit of paper and a pen, just in case you want to write something down. So you might like to do that now. So David, I'll just read out your bio. We're doing a wee bit of a repeat on last time's audio with David. So now we've got visual, which is fantastic. It will be slightly different, but we'll definitely be able to see what he's doing, which is wonderful. So David Willock has been studying magnetic healing, Reiki, and Dowsing for over a decade. He decided to dedicate himself to energy healing and how it can be best used for our well-being as a way of helping people with their own health or the help of others. His work always carries out on the principle that energy follows thought. And how well do we know that? Intent and energy is everything. Inspired by the work of Raymond Grace and his words, everything that has ever been created started with a thought, and everything that has been created has its own vibrational energy. David clears non-beneficial energies from houses, properties, and people. He can raise people's energies. The healing is in the mind. If you think yourself well, you will be. Think yourself sick, you will be. He balances and corrects polarity and says we should operate at a higher energy level. And I think that's a very true statement that we always hope to emulate. I have my moments, probably like everyone else, but if we can try and keep our frequency high, all the better. Looking at a person, think of them as you see them being whole. Look at a person as you just see them as they are. They will not improve, but take place. For the good of all, a handbook for healing body, mind, and soul. For the good of all is a book about our time and for our time. A time where we need a greater understanding of our bodily and emotional needs, as well as our place in a globalized world where health has become a major issue. Since the beginning of civilization, humans have relied on and respected the earth and its bounty, understanding that the energy of nature sustains and protects us when we live in balance. The aim of this succinct handbook is to encourage us to take an active role in our own well-being by bringing together the basics of good nutrition, mindfulness, and vibrational medicine. It contains dowsing charts and radionics grids for healing, which David will talk about. With easy to follow guidance on using the pendulum and how to ask questions and receive the right answers, as well as advice on healthy living and how to maintain. Here you will find simple advice about diet and fitness, along with explorations of the more spiritual side of healing, involving auras, meridian lines, and the chakra system, our personal energy fields, ley lines, the Earth's energy fields, and the energetic signatures of all that exists, the vibrational makeup of material and intangible phenomena, which we tap into as we dowse. Everything contained in these pages has been composed and published for the good of all. So, David, I'm going to ask you to unmute, please.
Yep. Gotcha.
That's it. Thank you. So, can you talk just a little bit about your book, For the Good of All? Just a general overall about your book, please.
Yeah, well, it's a book that's got parts in it, and that if you want to look something up, it's there for you, and different things for health. And but it's really based on dowsing, but there is other things in the book that tell, well, right here, the power of frequencies to heal disease. Yeah, this is one I'm actually looking at more in detail now than what I have done for a while. But I mean, if we go to these pages and see the whole body is about 62 to 78 megahertz, and your body, different parts of your body have different frequency levels, and so that one frequency will fix a certain part of the body, but it doesn't affect the rest of the body. So that what we're looking at the moment is being able to bring these frequencies in and just have them revolving really on a tape or however it's going to come out, and it will then when the frequency is the one that you needed, and it's there for say 3 minutes or whatever it is, and that does the healing. Because I've worked with the Sanjeevani, if you've ever heard of that. I talked about it last time, and they talk about like a healing lasting of say 30 seconds or something. So, but that's and it's a matter of even the other one is color. Color is another one that can affect different parts of the body, different organs, and it also, if you go through, say there's 12 colors, or the 7 colors for the chakra, then one of those is going to suit you for your healing. But it doesn't matter if the other ones come through too, because they're not going to affect the healing of the. It's just to get the right color or the right vibration or the right energies. Yeah, that's sort of what we're looking at at the moment. So.
That's wonderful, David. I know you've got an awful lot of information in this book. It's interesting when you talk about colour. They talk about racy red. Red's a fast colour, high energy colour.
Yes.
A blue mood when
Yeah.
someone's feeling sad, and you're seeing the colour in your aura.
Yes, that's right.
A brown study when you're studying hard. A black mood, when someone's really not in a good space.
Yes, but I'm wondering whether I don't know what you really want those sort of colours. I think if you limited it to about 12 colours, I think you'd cover most of the what you would need. So, I mean, if you need red, even if it's a red handkerchief or something you have, or a red shirt or red socks, that all helps. So, yeah.
Yes. It's a very active colour, isn't it?
Yes.
Very
yes,
active.
Yeah.
Could you talk, first of all, before we get into healing, about illness and what illness can teach us as far as the hopeful healing happens afterwards? Let us speak a little about illness.
Well, illness. Some people say illness is sent to teach us. It's not a bad thing, but I mean, when we get it, it is. But then it teaches us that something must have to change for it to get better. Otherwise, as you were talking before about if it's the same, if you're eating the same food and doing everything the same, but you get ill, well, you've really got to sort of take a look at what's happening and see if you can change something. Because any healing that's done is always done by the person that is sick. It's not done by likes of me or the Reiki people or anything, because unless you get yourself sick and get yourself well, or you are not going to, it's just not going to happen. So that's, it's up to the person. I look at a person, I say, I don't look at people, I don't care how sick they are, or whether it's got lots of cancer and, in a bad way or whatever it is. I don't look at them like that. I look at them as if they're well. And then hopefully we can do something for them. But if I look at them as having cancer or not, it puts a bit of doubt in the whole proceeds, and then it's just not. It's going to be very lucky if it does happen that the person gets better.
That's a very true statement, David. When did you first become interested in healing the body, mind, and soul from a higher perspective? When did that first start happening for you?
Magnetic healing about 12 years ago, I suppose. Yeah, lady come down from the North Island and Palmerston North, and Kathy Moore, and she taught a few of us to magnetic healing, and then that's when I I then branched out into the dowsing with the pendulum, and that's where it sort of started, and then it did quite a bit of work with the pendulum, and then I've done Reiki 1 and Reiki 2, but yeah.
Well, that's great, David.
Just moving energies is what I call it. Yeah.
So David has very kindly asked if he can look at the general frequency of those here and raise our vibrational frequency. So if anyone is not happy with that, if they're not happy, please raise your hand, because everything is an invitation. Okay, David, the floor is yours. Can you explain what you're doing while you're doing it, please?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, find out what the average energy vibration levels of us all here tonight. And then I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to remove blockages. I'll show you what I've got here. And then I'm going to raise our energy vibration levels. So through the night, would just ask me what the levels are, and I can tell you. So what we'll do.
So, but before we start, David, what do your numbers relate to? Now, I know you've told me, but what do your numbers relate to that you work with?
What I want, the numbers I'm working on tonight, what I'm wanting is the average energy vibration levels of all the people this meeting tonight is at 30,000. So if I program a pendulum to that, so that if anybody, that's where we'll start off. First of all, we'll start off and find out where our energy vibration level average is. And then I'll just write that on a piece of paper. But this is, this, can you see this here? This is the blockages. And it's, there we are. Sanjeevani, that's a free site from India. And
can you please spell that word?
SANJEEVINI. Now, if anybody wants to know anything about anything to do with radionics or healing, go to that site, and it's all free.
We will talk about radionics shortly, but David, if you'd like to work your magic with the energy levels first, that would be great.
First of all, it's the average energy vibration levels of all the people at this meeting tonight, 20,000 or more. 15,000 or more. Is it there? Yeah. Is it 15,000 or more? Yes, it is. Is it 20,000 or more? No, it's not. Is it 19? It's 19,000. So I'm just going to write 19. This is the piece of paper. All I've got here, the group's energy vibration levels. So now I'm going to put that on the blockages one. And if I just put my pendulum over here and just swing it backwards and forwards to start it, and it's going anti-clockwise.
So you've put, sorry, David, the piece of paper you've written on saying yes, our combined energy levels are 1900?
19,000.
19,000. You've put them on that sheet.
Yeah.
With that lovely mandala. So you've put in the middle.
Yes. Now I'm taking. I'm removing the blockages from us all. Now this doesn't just happen in one-off thing. It happens in. It'll take 2 or 3 times to do it.
So your pendulum's doing a fair bit of swinging there, David.
Yeah. I'm not telling it anything.
No, I realise that. That's interesting.
Now this here is a rough. It's all in that there's about 16 bags of clear crystals in there. And they've all been charged up. I've charged them up and charged the energy into them. So what happens is when this stops, I'm then going to put them on the center of this rosette, we call it.
Okay, so I will be, hopefully not too much, but interrupting you just to let people know exactly what you're doing. So those crystal bags, that's a photograph of them, is that correct?
That's a photograph, yeah.
And that holds the energy imprint of the original.
Yes. That's better.
Thank you.
Lovely. You see the crystals in there, that one there. Yeah.
So did you charge the crystals with anything, David?
I mentally charge them, yes, yeah. So now, all right, and now we'll see. The average energy vibration levels of this group is at 25,000 or more. Is it 26? Well, it's now at 25, just by doing that one process. Now I'm going back to the blockages again. I suspect that we'll get somewhere between 50 and 60,000 here tonight. That's the average. That's average of all of us.
Which is pretty high, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. But like if people are wanting to do any healing, see, when you're doing healing work, you don't want to have energy vibration levels that's lower than the client's. because what you're doing is you're taking energy off the client. You're not giving it to them. So it's the energy vibration, average energy vibration levels of the people here tonight are 30,000 or more. 29, 28. See, you've got another 3,000. So what we'll do, we'll just keep going here, and then later on we'll check it again. I'll just keep putting this from one to the other. Yeah. I mean, these are all just this here has just been put together. I mean, when we bring this out, it'll have much clearer photos, and they'll be set up a wee bit different. So on the same.
So when you say that, David, are you going to write a book with those in it?
No, it's just, it'll be an energy, because what you can do with what I'm doing here, you can do it for anything. I mean, you can increase the energy vibration levels of a meal just by putting it on the rosette, or water, anything.
Beautiful.
And just and your own energy vibration level. Someone else, you always have it on a piece of paper, because then you can't, no use writing on the thing, because that person's name or whoever it is, whatever it is, will be there all the time. So that's why you just use a piece of paper.
So Andy very kindly has put the name Sasangivini, if I'm saying it correctly, in the chat, where you can download or copy.
Yeah.
So that's really helpful. Thank you, Andy.
I think it's a quite it's a big site, and it's worth going through it and reading it too, because it's working easy, and it does work, and that's that. See, these make, if you look at this blockages one, you can see those lines going into the center. And now every one of these cards, it doesn't matter what's on them, sickness or whatever sickness or vibrate, or organ or whatever it is, they'll have a different marking on the inside, and that's why they that's the actual, they call it a rate card, really. That's what you would call it. So
beautiful. Before we go any further with the pendulum, David, for those people that may not know too much about it, are you able to tell them, it's a basic question, how do you use a pendulum? How do you do it? For those that may not know, or those that will be watching later.
Well, you train it. Yeah, you actually train the pendulum. I mean, this is a car ring. Where you set your car keys on. That's what that is. Now I can make a pendulum out of that. So could any of us can do this. But you just pendulum, please give me a no. That's this is me, anti-clockwise. Pendulum, give me a yes, clockwise. And so you train it, like you have it there, and you actually you want to make it anti-clockwise for a no, so you put the pendulum, I'm swinging this around now, I'm making it do it. Pendulum, please give me a no. Pendulum, please give me a no. And then you ask it for a no. And you swing it backwards and forwards, because it gives you a quicker response. Pendulum, give me a no. And it does, you see. But if it doesn't, then you do the same thing. You just keep going till it gives you a no. And then you goes to give a yes, clockwise.
And can you talk about the importance of your body, the connections that you have to Mother Earth, and the best way to hold a pendulum, and how your body is?
Yeah, well, you're best to be grounded with your feet. Don't cross your don't cross your legs or your hands or anything when you're doing this, because that cuts the circulation off. I would say that if somebody's annoying you and you don't want to be, you don't want to listen, well, you just fold your arms and cross your ankles, and then it keeps it away. And it does the same for the dowsing too. So,
thank you.
but then you also keep your questions to a yes or no answer. And that's because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a yes or a no. And then if you get if the pendulum gives you, or you don't have any thoughts about it, you just let the pendulum do it itself. And if the pendulum gives you an answer which you think is wrong, well, you just ask the same question but in a different way, and then see what happens. Because what you're doing, you're checking yourself. See, if you noticed when I was this energy vibration levels, I went 25,000, and then I went to 30,000 or more, and it told me no, and then I come back, you see. So you're all the time sort of checking, and you keep doing that, and just asking for a yes or no answer.
Thank you. David, would you like to talk about radionics for a moment, please? What is the benefit of radionics? What does it involve, and how is it done?
I've actually got 3 machines out in the garage there, but I don't use them. But I use radionics. I use, I think I got one here. Yeah. I just do it. This is good for distant healing. And what I would do is say this was for an illness, like just imagine that. What do you call it? Rate, as we would call it. But like I'd have it down to, it would be about the size of that plastic bag, or the same thing here, reduced right down. And I would have a batch of them. What I do is I have about 60 different healings, and I just go through the charts like to see which one to use to heal, and then I use that one. But what had happened, then you get to this. This is here. Can you see that?
Yes.
That's a what do they call it? Multiplication and broadcasting. Well, that's the broadcasting. See, and what you do is, this is the what I do is I make up samples of turmeric. This would be. That's the size of a sample I would use for turmeric, and this is full of turmeric, and it has got there'll be the radionics, the rate, which I'm talking about here, is I would just put this turmeric on the rate, and then it would just watch it load in 30 seconds, and then this is put away. I've got these in storage. There's about 80 of them, and I just bring them down. And if somebody wants a healing from me, there's the sample. That's the sample side there. So I would put that on the sample, and then I would put the person's name, which we had. This is just an empty, and this would have the person's name on it, and that is now sending a healing to that person, and it doesn't matter where they are. So that's basically brilliant. Why I don't use the radionics machines.
Okay. So David, can you tell us about the benefit of using turmeric as an example? why you've chosen turmeric? What is the benefit of using that product?
Well, the turmeric is just used as a carrier for the energies to go to the person, so that I just bring that off the shelf and put it down here. Yeah. The other one I was using is copper granules.
Yes.
And that, well, there's somewhere in there.
And as we know, copper is an amazing conductor for so many things that we're relearning about.
Yeah, but I mean, I've used the copper, and it goes to, it does the job. But now I've been using clear quartz. You know, this is just a wee one. This here is a pendulum. That there, can you see it? Yeah,
Yes.
that's a pendulum. Yeah, but it's just a wee wire basket, really. And then this has got so you can put a wee bit of oil in there if you're looking for oil, or you're looking for gold. You put a piece of gold in there, but I just had this. This is the clear quartz I've got. And
so when you say you're looking for things, now we're getting into something interesting again. Another fork in the road.
Well, you're searching. You're always searching for something. So
it's a wee bit like dowsing, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's. I mean, I could hold the charge of that and use it for radionics. The same as what I was using with the turmeric.
Yes.
So.
And you could also use it for finding things.
Oh well, that's not so much radionics. That's sort of map dowsing. That's a wee bit. It's different, yeah. But you'd use the radionics for sending out energies. Yeah.
Fabulous. Now, you spoke of being able to tell the life force of a baby at conception, and about what age something major happened to a person, which I think is pretty amazing.
Yeah, so do I actually, because.
Are you able to show us how you do that, please?
All right. So somebody wants a healing, and I check first. I say, first of all, I'll ask, is the geopathic stress in this house the person's living in? And if it tells me yes, well, then I'll remove that. And then I'll see if there's anything, because what I'm doing at the moment is dealing with the property where the person lives, because the amount of people that sleep on a bed that's got geopathic stress in it is quite interesting how many that happens. Why I talk about that is because that's where you spend 8 hours of your day. There'll be the bed or a favorite chair somewhere. And if there was geopathic stress in those areas, it affects you. Doesn't cause any diseases, but it stops your immune system from writing your body, repairing any damage that you've done through the day. So that I do that first, and then, well, the next one I would ask is, before I started, is, does this person want to be healed? And sometimes it'll give you a no, so you know that we can't go any further. Although I do go a bit further. I then ask, is there any demons attached to this person? And if there are demons, I remove them. And then I ask the same question, does this person want to be healed? And usually it comes out as a yes. So it's, it's other energies that are not helping them. So, and the other one of the ones, what I'm doing here with us is the energy vibration levels one. And I do that, raise their energy vibration levels. And I check the chakras. People check them. That's I just go crown chakra, and then it goes there, and then a third eye. But what happens with me, I don't teach people this because I don't know whether theirs would be the same way as I do it. So, but my crown would go in the anti-clockwise, the third eye goes in the clockwise, if they're all right, and then the throat goes in the anti-clockwise. But then if the heart went in the anti-clockwise when it was meant to go in the clockwise, I'd know that the heart chakra was out, and that's how I find out how the chakras. And then the other one, as Jude was talking about, was the life force. So I asked, was this person's life force 100%? And if it says no, then I go back, say, righto, is this person's life force at conception 100%? And if it said yes, then we'll go forward. Like 5-year-old, birth, is this person's life force at birth 100%? And it might give me a no. And then I know that there's something's happened between conception and birth with this person, that I could maybe there's been a bit of a discussion as to the pregnancy or something like that, because I mean the fetus is going to find out what's going on, and then yes, if it says was the life force at conception 100%, and it told me no, I would then go back into a past life. 1 past life ago, 2 past lives ago, 3 past lives. Yes, it was. It was 100% 3 past lives ago. So 2 past lives ago, there must have been a problem. So that's how. And then, I mean, if we can go conception, 100%, yes. Birth, 100%, yes. 10-year-old or 5-year-old, 10-year-old, 20-year-old, yes. And then 25-year-old, and it might give me a no. And then I go back, 24, 23, and 22 gives me a yes. So to me, something must have happened when they were about 23. And I don't say what it is. I don't even want to know what it is. But it's quite interesting what they do tell you after you've said, oh, something happened when you were 10-year-old, or something happened when you were 23, and they come up and they say, yes, this happened, that happened. Yeah. So, but anyway, what you do is you find out, you find out that something happened when they were 23. So you go back to 22, you say, bring the life force of so-and-so's through to the present day now, and just bring it through. And then after that you say, is the so-and-so's life force 100% now? And it'll go, yes. Or if it's a no, then you do it again just to bring it forward. But I mean, that's all you've got to do is to bring the life force from when they were 100% through to the present day, and then that covers. Because what it is it's that something has happened in the person's life. They're probably right at that. They don't realise that it's affecting them, because you could actually say, you could call it the cause of what's going on in a person's life. So once you clear that, it's it helps them to with their life. And
That's wonderful, David. Thank you. Who are you, or we, when we do it, tuning into to get answers when we use the pendulum?
I want to ask the Divine Spirit. Yeah, you can call it God. I mean, it's just an energy that's out there. You don't use your own energy, otherwise you'll sap yourself. You'll lose it all, and then you'll have problems. But you always use that outside energy, the divine spirit, or God, whoever you want to call it, but
I love that. Thanks.
it's another energy that's used, and it's much more powerful than us. So, yeah. So that's the one, and that's how, and you just bring it through you. Yeah. Don't ever think you've healed anybody, because you've helped them to be healed, yes, for sure, but you haven't done any of it. It's the outside energies that do it.
I love that. Because of ourselves, we can't, but we can be the channel for those that can.
Yeah.
Or the
That's
channel for the energy that can.
Yeah, you're a channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the person's got to want to receive it, like that.
Yes.
I find that if a person's asking a lot of questions about what it is and they just haven't got the right attitude to accepting things. I don't know whether they're looking to find out what's wrong with it or what, but if they're asking questions, and I mean general questions, that's okay, but going into great details and stuff, I don't think the person's going to be helped in much of a way. So.
You feel that's putting up a barrier, David?
Yeah. You've just got to let it happen. You've got to believe in it. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to work for anybody if you don't believe in it.
There is a candle in your heart, ready to be kindled. There is a void in your soul, ready to be filled.
Yeah.
You feel it, don't you? And that's from Rumi.
Yeah.
So can you talk about psychic healing, how you build up psychic healing capacity and the benefits of treating the whole body in this way?
Yeah, well, so psychic healing, yes, I mean, first of all, I probably you'll have all heard of angels and dragons and helpers. I mean, dragons are helpers just as much as angels are. And you've just got to build them up to, and I don't really, what they say is just talk to them, and people say, but if you just talk to them, like, you don't have to, people don't have to be there and you're talking away, and you can just whisper to them or just think to them, and they will build up, and they're there to help you, and they will never help you unless you ask for them to help you.
David, are you able to lift your screen up a little bit so we can see your face? Thank you. So can you talk a little bit more maybe about dragons? A lot of people know about angels. Can you talk about the dragon energies as opposed to the Draco energies? Just so people maybe later on watching this have an idea of the difference between the two.
Well, I don't know whether sort of, to me, it would be much like a male-female, angels being female and dragons being male. They do different work. I actually don't really call either of them in. I just, I do sometimes, but they just seem to be there. And like, if you want to do anything about them, by all means, talk to them and get them up, and then do healing work with them, and they will stay. Yeah. I had quite an interesting experience just a while ago. A lady I know, I said, you got 23 angels there, and she was going to a healing, doing healing work, big healing, and I said, Well, no, I didn't. First of all, I asked this high spirit, can I lend this lady some angels? And he said, yes. So I said, oh, yeah. So I actually lent her 500. And I said, oh, well, you've got them. I'll let you have them for a week. And then if they don't like it, they can come back, you see. Well, after the week and the show was over, none of them came back. And I thought, oh, well, that's all right. Because I still had some left. And but anyway, I waited about a couple of weeks later, and then I checked to see how many I did have, and I found I got my 500 back. No, I didn't get them back they didn't come from this lady. I got 500 extras and another 1,000 on top of it. So that's, so, I mean, that's, you talk about, what you give out comes back. And so,
Yes.
And I think that's what happened. But I mean, that was something I don't know if anybody else has ever thought about doing that sort of thing, but that's something I just thought about doing. And I thought, oh, I'll see if it works. And yeah.
That's beautiful. And I had a funny feeling you might get more from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. That's absolutely wonderful. Yeah. You spoke a little bit about the chakras. Can you speak about the aura, the chakra system, and meridian lines, and how that pertains to the potential to heal?
Yeah, well, if you take the meridian lines, probably this blockage sheet is the one that would be the main one for the meridian lines, because that's basically what it is a meridian line blocked somewhere, and then the energy is not flowing through. So then you're going to get something go wrong. So that would be the blockages, and the meridians. You just keep them going. The aura, that anything that is not like as an illness or anything such thing like that, actually basically comes from the aura first. I mean, I can't look at a person. People can look at a person and they can see black in their aura here and they're black there, and they know there's something wrong. I can douse for it and find it, moving around with my fingers, but you do actually clear the aura. That's one of the things. Well, that's what you're basically doing if you're doing Reiki or energy healing at all. You're clearing the aura first, getting the dark stuff out of it, and then rake the aura so that the dark stuff doesn't go back in. So
absolutely.
That's the basic.
Everything manifests in the aura before it comes into the physical.
Before it comes into the body, yeah.
And if it can be got soon enough, it doesn't come into the physical.
No.
So we should all have tune-ups more often, shouldn't we?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't like that camera, take a photo of it, I suppose.
Would you like to talk about cutting psychic cords and negative entities and how to remove them?
Yeah, well, this is Roman. We were talking Roman Grace before. This. If you put this in, what is it? Techniques That Work for Me by Roman Grace. If you write that down, and just go and Techniques That Work for Me by Roman Grace, and just put PDF after it, and this is what'll come up. I've just had this come up printed off. Now, psychic cords, it's just a matter of just cutting them, really. It's and that's an action through the body, through the person's body. I mean, you can do it on this is what I use for distant healing. There, that one. That's distant healing. If I, just run my finger, I've got, you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just coming down through the head, looking for energy. See this? So then I just put my finger down and clear it. And with ladies, it's the opposite finger, but that finger there is a negative finger in a male. See, that's going back. And then this one here, see, that's a positive finger.
Can you point that more easily so we can see, David? You're talking about your middle finger?
No, I'm talking about my first finger. That one there.
And a male, that's a negative point.
Yeah. And this one here is positive.
Your middle finger.
On a female, this one here is negative.
Yes.
And that one there is positive.
Thank you.
Or use the negative finger to remove the dark energy, any negative energy. So you're coming down and say it here, so there. This is my negative finger. If it was a lady, she'd be using that finger, the second finger. And you just hold your finger there, and I'm not asking this pendulum anything. And it's just going in the, this is, I don't know who this is, but it's someone, because I haven't thought of anybody's name, but it's the pendulum's doing it. So that's removing the blockages or the bad energy. And if you watch, it says stop. It's just stopping now. See. So then I'll just change my finger because energy's now going in. And see how it's going in the positive now. So the energy's going back in. And you just keep doing this till it stops altogether. See this? It's very faint. See, so then if I put the positive energy in, and there's not much going in. So that's done it in one movement, but I mean, you can do that in 3 or 4 different times. But that's...
Thank you, David. So it just shows that with the body, we have positive and negative energies running within us and through us.
Yeah,
And so it's good to know with the fingers.
So
positive and negative.
There's the palm of my hand, my left hand, that's negative. Now I'll just turn this over. See on the other side, it's positive. See? That's a chakra there.
Yes.
And that's, yeah. Women are different. Their left hand is positive.
And is that the same for a woman, David, or would it be opposite for a woman as well?
No, it's the opposite for a woman. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah. David, I wonder, would you like to take someone from the audience for a healing if they would like that?
Oh, if they would, yeah.
This is something we spoke about earlier. Mm-hmm. So if someone would like a healing from David, can you pop your hand up, please? Andy.
G'day, Andy. Oh, he's here.
G'day.
Right. Before we start, Andy, I'm going to, this is the average energy vibration levels of us all tonight. The average energy vibration levels of everybody in this group is 40,000 or more, 50,000 or more,
Whoa.
45,000 or more, 44. See, that's where we all are now tonight. So, righto. Now, Andy, I'll get a piece of paper. Here we are. Right. Andy, first of all, I'll check your chakras. And your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, your heart, solar plex, sacral. Good. Energy vibration levels is at 40,000 or more, 45,000 or more, 50,000 or more, 49, Yeah, 49, 48, 47. 47,000. So that's good too. Very good. Yeah. And is Andy's life force 100%? Was Andy's life force at conception 100%? At birth? 5-year-old? 10? 15? 20? 19? 18? 17? Somewhere about 18 there was something. At 18 there's something that how do we... But anyway, what we'll do, we're going to bring the life force from when you were 17 through to the present day. Bring Andy's life force from when he was 17 through to the present day. Do that now. Is Andy's life force 100% now? Yeah. So any issue you had then is now cleared. All right. The other one I'm going to look at, which I told you I'd do at the start, but this is your geopathic stress. Where are we? Yeah. Your property. That's here. And what's happened is, I don't know where you live or anything, but the contact is between you and me. And that's what we've got. So look at this geopathic stress. I'm looking for geopathic stress in your property, and there's nothing. There's nothing there at all. So that's very good. Very good. Yeah. And then that's about, yeah. Just, Andy have any demons attached to him? Right. Any negative energies, entities, or non-beneficial spirits? No, no, no. No. Yep. Yeah, so that's basically what the process is. And then if you're looking for other things like injuries or something, you know, like, well, I could go, Andy, I'm looking for, yeah, I'm looking on this human sheet. Now this is the back. I think, yeah. There we are. Good. Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Yeah.
Now, I know Lou was about to put his hand up. Lou, were you wanting a session as well?
Yes, why not?
Thank you, Lou.
Good day, Lou. How are you?
David, good to see you again.
Yeah, good. Rightio. I'll start off with your house this time. Geopathic stress. Oh, geopathic stress. This is a different one. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite now geopathic stress. Geopathic stress is ley lines running through the earth in natural lines there. And it's where they cross. See, because you got I'm here. Oh, sorry, I'll look at here. We've got them. We've got geopathic stress lines running there and across, and it's where they cross over that the problem is. Because then what to do is sucking energy out of your immune system, because it's dealing with this geopathic stress, and it would it's not allowing the immune system to repair anything that needs to be done in the body. So this one here is your bed. Can you see this? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is your bed, and I'm going up now. Geopathic stress. Geopathic stress. There's one there. Geopathic stress. And geopathic stress here. So this one, there. So if you're having if it was causing you any problem and you're sleeping, it would be to do with your knees, around your knees. So, but what we're going to do now, I'm going to remove that geopathic stress from your place. All right? Is that all right?
Yep.
All right. All I do, just put in, please remove, God of light, remove all geopathic stress from Lou's property now. Remove it all. Remove it all. Send it away. God of light, transmute all geopathic stress into the energies of love and above. Do that now. You can't take energy away, but you can change it. Turn it into love or above. Do that now. Now we'll check for geopathic stress. See, there you go. It's gone. It's gone from your house. I can't pick it up in it. Yeah. Yep. There, right. Lose energy vibration levels. What did we say? 44,000 or more. 43, 42. So you're up about where the average is, Lou. 42. Lou's life force is at 100%. And it gives me a yes. So he's right there. And his chakras, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plex, sacral, base. Yeah, they're all good too. Yep. So that's about, yeah. That's Lou done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's
we have one other lovely lady who's had a hand up here, Talina. Would you like to do one more, David?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll just check, Lou, sorry.
Of course.
I think he's all right. Right. All right, Talina, I'll check your your property for geopathic stress. It's all been cleared. It's all clear. All right. Talina's energy vibration levels are at 40,000 or more. 44,000 or more. 45,000 or more. 44. Yeah. So at the average too. So yeah. And it's her chakras, crown chakra, third eye, throat, heart. Can you see that? Oh, yeah. Throat, heart, solar plex, sacral, base. Crown. If you watch this, crown chakra going anti-clockwise, third eye clockwise, throat clockwise, heart clockwise. I've got 3 of them going clockwise in a row, so that means that the one in the middle is the one that needs attention. So that's the throat chakra. So just remove all. This blockage is one too. This is how I can also do it this way. Remove all blockages from throat chakra now. Remove it all. You know, instead of putting it on the on this, I can remove all blockages. If you're doing it for somebody's whole body, you would say, remove all blockages from their mind, their body, their soul. Remove all blockages from his heart. No, sorry, throat chakra. Now, do that now. Send positive energy to heart. Throat chakra now. Raise the energy vibration levels of the throat chakra to the highest appropriate level and for the good of all. Do that now. Well, it's going in, so it must be all right. And now I can just check them again. I just go crown, third eye, throat. See, now it's going anti-clockwise where it was going clockwise before. Yeah. There's life force 100%. Was there life force 100%? Was a life force at conception 100%? Birth? Well, just something happened there. I don't know what it was, but anyway, we'll just bring. What you can do, you can just bring the life force from when it was 100%. You know, even if you don't look for it, you can just bring the life force from when it was 100% through to the present day, which we're here in this case was conception anyway. So bring a life force forward from conception through to the present day. Do that now. There's life force 100%. Yes. Yeah. We did the average of energy vibration, also energy vibration levels 40,000 or more. Yeah, 45, 44, 43. I think we got to 43 before, didn't we?
44.
Mm-hmm. That's about it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. Does anyone have any comments just on those beautiful healings before we go further? Talina, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I've been having problems with my throat for the last 15 months or so. So that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you.
Because I'll just we'll just come down here now. That's at the present time, and I I haven't got a reaction. Now I'll say her throat 2 hours ago. See? Now I'm getting a reaction. Her throat now? No. Yeah. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So
Thank you for that, because that's giving confirmation too, isn't it? Wonderful. Thank you. did you have anything you'd like to say?
Yes, I have a question.
Lou?
Yes, I have a question, and that is, David, the geopathic stress lines. So
Yeah.
they result from a intersection or crossing of ley lines,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
All right. So then that means that if you are on one of these intersections, you cannot change it because that's your location, correct? Unless you move, for example, when that is your property. But then when you did the bed, then it came to me does have to do with the orientation of the north of your bed.
No, well, you would just look for where the cross is, and see what the other thing you could do is to move the bed half a width away, so one way or the other, because your cross was in the middle of the bed, and if you'd moved it half a so the cross was on the floor, you'd be you'd be safe as, yeah.
So
Because
you mean that
what you're doing is taking your where you stay like 6 or 8 hours, whatever it is, and then that's not affecting you because it's not on your bed. Because it's where they cross. Yeah, it's north, south, east, west. Basically, that's what it is. Ley lines.
But I do believe that you can stop negative interference with ley lines through intent with placing rocks or crystals along those ley lines that divert energies. Have you got anything to add to that, David?
Well, I mean, when I first started this, I was putting copper wire about 18 inches long, and in the garden, out in the gardens, people go and find the line, and then find out which direction it was running, because they run in a certain in a direct direction. So you put the divining rod up, and you ask which way is this energy running, and it'll point either way. And then what you do is you put a copper wire in to stop it. And I was doing that, and then I was doing because I do what I did before. I'd mark it on a piece of paper as to where the lines were, and then I would just have wee pieces of copper and put that down, and that stopped them. And then I don't know. So that's what I do. I just put my hand on the property and ask that they be removed, and yeah.
That's brilliant, David.
Transforms.
And it shows, particularly with copper, what an amazing product copper is for so many reasons.
Yeah.
So that's a good one, Lou. You might want to start experimenting.
Yeah. So then the thing will be just to place some copper rod or one or more around, but where? This is the problem. You may have noticed, I lived in Germany. In Europe, we don't have many chances when it comes to placing a bed in a room because of the entrance, the door, and the windows.
Yeah.
So,
there's lots of people can't move the beds, because I say we move the bed half a width, to the left or the right or whatever it is, because and I can't do that, or I can't, so I just just put your hand on it.
The answer will be to place a copper rod, well,
you could probably do it beside the bed, yeah.
Okay.
Like you could, if you found out that you had a line going through your bed. Well, where I'm sitting here now, just right. I'll explain this one to you. I'm sitting here and I'm not feeling the best, and I thought, oh, that's funny. So I never thought about it before, and so I got the divining rods out, and I went on the other, I'm in the lounge here on the other side of the computer, and got my divining rods out, and I went from one side to the other, and I picked up this ley line, this line, you see, and then I picked it up at a certain place on the carpet, and then I went to the other side of the room and came back to where I'd marked that, and it was about, I don't know, 18 inches wide. That's what it wasn't just a ley line. It's probably a dirty stream that's running underneath this house. So what I did then, and then through the wall behind the computer here is it's the bedroom. So I went into the bedroom and got the divining rods out, and here it was, right there, going through my side of the bed. And so, and behind that, the bedroom is the garage. So I went into the garage and I picked up the line in there too. And we got these clear quartz rocks here, like, you go to the beach and pick them up. No, they come from the top of the South Island. But anyway, I put a row of them down in the garage, and to cover the 18 inches, the width of the thing, and it was and it stopped it. I put what I did, it was put them down in the middle of the garage, so that one side on this side of the stones there's no geopathic stress, and then you go down the other side and you check, and it was straight at you. So those rocks actually stop the stone from stop the geopathic stress from coming through, or I think that was a dirty stream. Because that's another thing that's bad for underneath you. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes. So that's what
it's getting creative, isn't it? And learning what can work.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Andy, before we come to you, my love, Leaf, did I see you with an amazing Cuppa contraption that you were showing?
Yeah, I had that for geopathic stress like 30 years ago. That somebody made it for me.
Yeah.
Would you like to show it up to the audience again, please?
You can see it. It's just
that looks fascinating.
Copper coil on a piece of wood.
Yeah.
So
geopathic stress.
And where do you place that, Leaf?
Yeah, there was placed that with the pendulum as well, where it should be. But I mean, that was 30. Yeah.
There's no geopathic stress in your house.
Isn't there?
No.
Thank you for showing that. That's an amazing.
Yeah, well, I can test it from here.
Contraption. Wow.
Geopathic stress. Yeah. No. It looks like a good contraption. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Andy, thank you for being so patient.
That's all good. I just wondered whether there was a certain orientation that bed should be, because there's such conflicting information online, whether it be north, south, or west, east. Is there a preference, or is it a personal thing, or is it dowsable?
Well, I think it's probably dowsable. Do you use divining rods?
No, I've only just started learning how to do the pendulum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll get out with the, because you could, yeah. Well, you could, with the pendulum.
You can start with some wire coat hangers and bend them into this shape. I've got, funnily enough, copper with brass handles so they swing. And these are homemade.
Yeah, but
you could start with the wire coat hangers and just bend them, or as people used in the old days, a willow branch with a willow branch.
And Andy, just where's your pendulum? Yeah, righto. Just hold it there, swing it to and fro. And your other hand, are you right-handed? Yeah.
I'm left-handed.
You're left-handed. That's all right. Well,
I've got the yes, no chart though.
Hey, yeah, that's all right. But now get your right hand and point. No, just put one finger. Yeah. Now just ask for the best position. You're asking for the best position for the head of your bed.
Best position.
In your house, you're asking for the best position. And just do a whole. Use your feet. Turn around with your feet. Hold your finger out. You're holding your finger like a compass. Yeah, that's it. Going round. Just and do a circle. Where is he? Where's he got? Yeah. You walk around. Don't worry about us. Hold your finger out and just go around like that, and hold and have your pendulum swinging. And then when it says yes, that's where you put your head. Yeah.
That's cool. And the other question I had was the yes/no chart. There was something that Lee suggested that if you're personally involved with the answer and you want, like, am I going to win Lotto next month? Yes, yes, yes. It's how do you get around being impartial to an answer that you don't want to be attached at all? And Lee suggested that you have a yes and a no. You fold it up and just have it like a blind test.
You could do. You could do, but see that stuff underneath your cap? Take your cap off. Yeah. Now put your hand on there. Just put your hand on there.
My what?
Like that.
On here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're dowsing, you don't use that part. You don't use it. That's how you keep out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like clearing the mind, isn't it? It's getting your mind into neutral. Whatever you may want the answer to be, if you can be in neutral and just be as clear as possible and as calm as possible and want an honest answer, I think is the key, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, your answer actually comes from up here, really. That's somehow it all happens from here. Yeah. Yeah. So don't let the head interfere with the pendulum. Yeah. And you'll be good as gold. Yeah.
How long roughly does it take to become proficient?
Well, it took me 3 months to get a yes or a no out of it. I don't even know why I stuck with it, but anyway, I did. So something must have been hounding me along to do it. So, yeah. What you do, you always have a pendulum in your pocket. If you haven't got one, you put two in your pocket. Yeah.
Is there any particular?
You always have it, and then you get it out and you ask a question. And even if you ask a question and you know the answer is no, that doesn't matter. Then see what the pendulum does to you, because you're just checking yourself all the time and you're practicing.
Is there any particular? I bought it looks like I think it's a clear quartz or something online.
Yeah, that's all right.
Is that all right for starting with? Or is there better ones like rose quartz or something?
Well, this is the one. The last time I said this is the one I was going to tell people.
Can you lift it up a wee bit so we can see it, please? Thank you.
Can you see it? Yeah. This is what pendulum. Please give me a yes. See, pendulum, give me a no. Said stop. Go back. That is blue tack and dental floss.
Oh, now we've come down a notch or two, haven't we?
No, you haven't. You come up a notch or two. Yeah. And you never make mistakes.
Anything with a weight will do it, won't it, David? But
and
you wouldn't want blue tack in your pocket for too long.
Oh, no, but if you need it. And here's a rubber band and a big paper clip. Pendulum, give me a yes. Pendulum, give me a no. See? And what's this? Oh, this here's some lady's a part of some lady's necklace from a op shop somewhere. This here is a brass thing for pulling down blinds. It's quite heavy though. It's too heavy for
ingenious. That's ingenious.
Yeah. And then here's someone else. Here's someone else's necklace. See? That's just a bunch of stuff on there. There's just a wee weight and yeah. Don't be too worked up about what should be in the crystal, because I think the best crystal is probably a wooden one.
Well, the thing I was going to say is too, with a pendulum, that is a good size to put in your pocket, particularly if it's a crystal or a metal, is the more you have it on your body, the better the frequencies work, because it's got your frequencies being imbued in it.
Yeah.
Particularly when you're starting.
This is basically the one I use all the time. It's one of those $25 jobs. I've dropped it and the points come off it, but I still use it. But if you think your pendulum's not going too well for you, and you want to clear it, all you do is just drop it on something, so it stops like that. And then any rubbish that's on the pendulum will come off. That's one way of doing it, or doing it, rinsing it in salt water. Another one. Yeah. What else is there? Yeah.
Our bodies are 70% water-based.
Yeah.
But knowing this, are you able to talk about the obvious benefits of charging up water for our bodies, pets and plants, and how you achieve this?
Well, you would just get one of these energized things that I've got, and you would just, first of all, you'd laminate it so that it didn't get wet and ruin it, and then we'll do the blockages too. That's basically what I do. That's the rosette. That's the blockages you see, and if they were laminated together, you would you've got your to do that, to charge your water, like I was talking about your meal, putting your meals on it.
It's a wee bit like a blessing, isn't it, David? Like you could bless your food with your hands or your intent. The same with your water.
Yeah, I think you should always bless your food. I go out. Jude goes to the same place as I do for a cup of coffee sometimes, and this lady was there, and she got a meal out of the kitchen, like the waiter came and put it down in front of her, and then I watched her. She blessed her food. You see, she blessed it. So I thought, oh well, I'll just see what happened here. So I got the pendulum out, and then I was able to get the reading for the food when it left the kitchen, as to what the reading was, and then I read it after she'd blessed it, and she'd actually doubled the value of the food value of the meal. So
that's wonderful. David, would you like to check what our energy reading is now, just out of curiosity?
Oh yes, look at this thing. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. That's someone's necklace.
That's what I call a bit of heavy metal.
Well, I mean, imagine having that around your neck. Anyway, energy vibration levels of this, average energy vibration levels of this group is at 55,000 or more, 60,000 or more, 70,000 or more. It's not 70. 65,000 or more, 64, 63. There you go. That's where we're at.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
David, are you able to talk about building up our psychic capacity? How that works, and how do you suggest someone does that?
Don't ever let ego have anything to do with it. We'll start off. Your ego shouldn't be over 1.5%, I think. So if you were like, oh, well, you could just say, is my ego 1.5% or more? I said, no. Is my ego 1% or more? It goes, yes. You see, so that's another thing you can do with percentages. And the other thing is, you just got to believe it works. Just believe it. And if anybody's trying to tell you it doesn't work, it's not because they know it doesn't work. They just can't work out how it works. That's why. That's what it is. So you, if they say, oh, this is all rotten, just walk away. Just walk, because there's no way. You don't ever want anybody to tell you it doesn't work when you've done it yourself. It works. And I mean, they've never tried it. They haven't got a clue. And so you just got to be careful there. But they call it psychic, but psychic's not really that. It's nothing sort of what I would call out of this world stuff. It's just the putting of the hands, or whatever doing. What we're doing here is removing or whatever, and that's basically what it is. And I'm quite sure that psychic surgery, or that's how it works. So, not that I've ever operated on anybody, but I still believe that it does work. So yeah, just don't let anybody tell you it doesn't work.
So David, sorry. Before we open up to questions, is there anything else you'd like to discuss that maybe we haven't covered, or anything you'd like to show or tell?
Well, no, I just I got half a dozen cards here. This is another thing. Like you want to train, you want to train yourself up. So get a pack of cards, or not the whole pack, but get these are 6 red ones and 6 black ones. So we'll just shuffle them up a bit.
And could you put the frame down a little bit so we can see what you're doing, please? Thank you, David.
These are ginormous cards I got at a junk shop somewhere.
So you're not teaching us to play poker then?
No. Well, I think it would probably, if you were playing poker, it might be a good idea just to listen. Yeah. And then all you do, you've got your, like you would have 10 cards, half red and half black, or 20 cards, half red, half black, and you just go around and say, pendulum, is this a black card? That tells me no. See, I'm wrong, you see. Pendulum, is this a red card? Oh, got that one. Pendulum, is this a red card? I've got 2 wrong. Pendulum, is this a red card? There's only 1 red card left. No, so I got it all wrong. But anyway, and now this, what you're doing here is you just practice till you get it right. So I mean, basically, in a normal thing, if you went around and said they're all red cards, after they're all red cards, you get 50% of them right. But what you're doing is, if you have if you get the pendulum working and you get 70% right, well, look at the advantage you've got. You see, so that's pendulum. Is this a black card? Oh, pendulum. Is this a black card? Is this a red card? It must be anyway. Yeah. So that's that's one. And then the other thing, and when you get really good at that, you can have the kings, queens, jacks, and aces, and then probably ask, is this card a king, or is this card a queen? Or
so it shows how you need to be in neutral to get that.
Yeah.
And I know you're doing this for the purposes of showing us.
Well, I'm just running it through. You know, I probably
Yeah.
wouldn't take it. I'd be a bit wouldn't rush so much. Sort of just, but anyway, that, you know, it's just showing you what you can do. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So was there anything else you wanted to finish on, or would you like to open up to questions?
I think if you're ever wanting to know, like this, who is it here? Heal Your Body with Louise Hay.
Oh yes.
You know Louise Hay. If you get a Louise Hay book and it's got all this like printed like that in the center of it, pick it up. A lot of the books have got this in it. What do they call it? Problems, probable cause. Yeah. See, abscess, fermenting through over hurts, sight, slights, and revenge. And then it gives you a cure, you see. I allow my thoughts to be free. The past is over. I am at peace. So that's basically what we're trying to do. All we're looking for here is the cause of any illness. We're looking for the cause, and then we're looking to deal with it. So that's basically.
And that's the most important thing, isn't it, David? And as we know, quite often the cause has got to be dealt with at a higher or a deeper level than the physical.
Yeah.
For the healing to occur.
Yeah, well, you know, it's hard for a person to deal with their own cause because they put it there. So basically, you know, that if you look at it, people put it there, and then it's got to be removed.
Yeah.
So they can't really do both, and that's why you need the higher energies to do it.
Yes. So David, can you tell people what you can do for them if they choose to get in touch with you, and where can they find out more about you?
I don't know. Is there much left to know?
No, if someone wanted a session, or someone watching this on YouTube.
Yeah, well, this would be because I do most of my healing is done distantly. Yeah, and you would just ring up or get in contact with me, and then I would just do it.
Thank you. So how do people find you?
Through my phone number, 021 46 1972, and David Willocks at gmail.com. All
Thank
small
you.
case, lowercase. Yeah.
Do you have a website?
Yeah, but don't worry about that one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, does anyone have a question for David with this evening's very, very interesting demonstration and cosmic cuppa chat? Does anyone have a question or a comment? Andy?
The pendulum thingamy-doodle, pendulum dowsing chart that's on the Grace Techniques, has got a whole heap of different numbers, and I have read this document, but how do you work out, like right around the outside it goes up to 390, on the inside it goes up to 29,
Yeah.
and then there's 1 to 10 on either side. Which part of that do you use to judge the energy of a group or a person?
I actually don't use the chart at all.
Oh, okay.
I don't, but it is good. If you went to, you write this down, Letter to Robin. By Walt Wood. W-A-L-T Wood. He's dead just now, but and they'll explain it because it's basically his chart. He'll explain it to you And if you look at Raymond Grace on YouTube, I think you might find he might explain it to you too.
Awesome.
This is the chart that you're looking at. Oh, where is it? There. That's your chart, isn't it?
No, it's a different one.
Where did you get yours?
That was off the Grace Techniques book.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, here it is here. Yeah, that one. Uh-oh.
That's the one.
Yeah. Well, that one there is the outside of that one.
Can you bring it up a little? Thank you.
Okay. Oh, here we are.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the outside of this one. But what I've done, I've put graphs on the inside. And the first one is seed of disorder. That's that big one. See that big one around the top? In the middle? You see that?
Yes.
Yes.
The big one in the center there. Yeah. That's seats of disorder. And then I got head, mouth, nose, chest, large intestine, kidney. And I could put a pendulum on that. Put a pendulum on that and find out what I want to there. The other one, this other one here to this one here, that's your energy vibration levels, if I wanted to find out. And the other one there is for this one at the bottom. These are the ones I've just put in, and this is for demons, entities, or anything else. And then the other one is your chakra. This one here is the chakras. And when the one thing you got to remember if you're making up a chart for yourself is to always put down on the right hand side, but always put other, because then you're dowsing on that chart and you think it's on that chart, but unless you got other there, it won't give you an answer. See, because it knows it's not there. So if you put other, always put other, and it goes out. Yeah. But that around the outside there, you can do your percentages and your plus and minus and all. So, yeah. Oh, what I do for percentages now. See the corner of this paper here. See that? See, I would get my pendulum and I would run it up and down the top here. Look, if I was looking for what percentage of my thyroid is functioning, and I would swing it up and down here, and here is 50% up the top. This, I haven't written anything down. That's 50%. This here is 0, and over here would be 100. So that what percentage is my thyroid operating at? And it would come right round, and it would actually go. It would come down to nothing, because my thyroid's been taken away. So that's. But then if you're arranging it to function, it might come out this other side 80%, and that's just you basically what you're doing is giving yourself a chart on its own. If you're just looking around for something and you want to find out, you just run it up and down, and then it'll pretend the chart's there. So
that's great. While everyone's here, and if you've got your pendulum, do you want to get one swinging? So David, can you tell us again, please, how to use, just to see, since we've got our pendulum, so we can have a wee bit of a play with our pendulums now, just maybe a yes or no or whatever.
Well, everybody is probably not everybody, but it won't be the same for a yes or no. So, all right. Here's one for you. You swing your pendulum in the idles, the idle side, just so it reacts quicker. And ask the pendulum, is my name Ralph?
Getting a no.
Anyone getting a yes? Yeah, well, my first name's Ralph.
But we don't know you by that name, do we? That's interesting.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
the energy was placed there. Yeah. Yeah, try it now and see what you get. Yeah.
Now I'm getting a yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any particular length that's ideal for learning with? Is it short? Is it long?
Well-
Because I've been doing it on long and it's taken ages to change.
Yeah, it's too that no. Yeah, it really wants something like about that. And, yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, hold your pendulum like that. You can all do this. Yeah. Just hold your pendulum real short. Just all hold it short. Now, what you want to do, you're feeding it out between your fingers and your finger and your thumb, letting it down, and then it'll start going round, and that's your length. And you're just going down. And that's how you get your length. And then if you really want to do anything, you can put a wee bit of tape around it, or tie a bit of cotton through the chain or whatever it is, and you know how it's. I mean, all I do, I just do it naturally, but it just comes same. I can't. It takes longer. Yeah, you're right, Andy. It does take longer to do it when it's long. And the other one is, if you look at this chain, see there's two pendulums. Can you see two pendulums? So I grab it halfway.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to work with it. See, I've got two pendulums. I've got one there and I got this one here.
Oh, okay.
So this one here always goes in your hand. So you better put the chain in your hand, bring it down, and there's two pendulums. I mean, it works all right, but I think it's
Any final words, David?
Oh, I quite enjoyed it, actually.
I think it's been lovely. Thank you so much for coming on our Cosmic Cuppa. It's been so lovely to see you. And we have another question from Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Hey, not really a question. It's hi, David. Lovely to see you, and thank you very much for bringing forward that information. It was really good to hear what you do and how you do it. I know I've seen you many times doing it, but it's actually good to actually have it explained like that. So really appreciate it.
Oh, good. Yeah. So was it Andy talking about picking the numbers for a lotto? But yeah, just don't rely on it. I don't think it's meant to work like that. Like you can go, like as you saw before, how I went into the past and went back 2 hours or 2 days or 2 years or whatever it is. You can do that because that's something that's already happened. By all means, have a go at it for the races or something, and have fun with it.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and showing us not only how we can help to heal one another and ourselves, but also our environment, family, friends, environment, and working with Divine Source for that healing. So again, thank you, David. It's been amazing.
No, I've enjoyed it. Thank you all.
So thanks everyone for being on A Cosmic Cuppa with Jude. If you're watching this on YouTube, please remember to like, share and subscribe. And as we say, peace on earth, it starts with you, it starts with me. So good night and God bless. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Jude.